Guys, I just took the glucose test. I can't be too loud because I'm in a doctor's office. But look, I finished it. It was crazy. I'll take a picture of it or just vlog it from the front, but it wasn't that bad. It was kind of nasty. I'll give you more details when I get home, okay? Guys, hey, I'm back. So we just finished the glucose test. It wasn't as bad as I thought. Like, I was dreading that test because I'm high risk. They wanted me to take it twice initially, but I procrastinated, and now I'm like 21 weeks. And actually, no, I'm actually more than that. I'm 22 weeks. And tomorrow will make 23 weeks. So you don't want to like wait to take it too long. Most people take it once during their pregnancy, but what happened was I took mine today. I did very well with it. Everybody said that I took it well. I had to sit there for about an hour after I took the test. So say I took the test 10:13. They said 11:10. Start walking to the room to get your blood drawn, and then by 11:13 we'll draw the blood. So then once they draw the blood, those lab results get sent to your gynecologist or wherever you're going, and they'll let you know whether you pass or fail. So that typically takes, I'd say, between 1 to 3 days, give or take. Like I have a appointment coming up in a couple of days, so I should have my results by then. So I'm crossing my fingers and toes. Most people hate to take the test twice. God forbid I had to take it again. I wouldn't really care. I took the orange one. I think I showed you guys. Oh, hold on. Let me put it right here. But this is the one that I took. Okay, and this was the orange one. It's clear. I gotta tell you, when I get home, I'm gonna give you like a better detail of like what it tastes like, how I was feeling, how I felt after I took it, because everybody goes through it differently. And there was this lady in there, she said she took hers, and she said she had a really hard time with it, you know what I'm saying? But she said she had a really rough pregnancy. So I guess it all depends on, like your experience. I've had a very pleasant pregnancy, but I've created that, I feel, for myself just by eliminating certain people and things. So like it really all depends on your circumstances. But then I saw another lady in there, she said she took the fruit punch one, and she said that wasn't bad at all. So I know in the beginning of our pregnancy I couldn't tolerate sweets at all. Now during the second trimester, sweets are not that bad for me. Like I wouldn't sit up there and eat a whole cake, of course, but like I can tolerate a couple of chocolates. So I chose not to eat anything when I woke up. I think the last time I had anything to eat was like maybe around 11 p.m. last night. And I wound up taking a test, like I said, around 10 a.m. this morning, 10:13 or whatever. So yeah, at the end of the day, I don't know. You do what you want to do. But for me, this seat's too far back. But for me, I just chose not to eat anything this morning. And I know I'm super thirsty in the morning, usually. So I drank a swig of water, not even a lot. Like this is the water. I literally drank it from here to here. That was it. That's all the water I had. So when they gave me that drink, I was thirsty as hell. But like I said, when I get home, I'll tell y'all more details of like how it tastes, how I was feeling, and all that good stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna go to my next destination, and I'll see you guys in a bit. See y'all. Hey guys, welcome back. I am home. I am relaxed. I'm about to get in bed in a little bit, but I just wanted to kind of like touch base with you guys in regards to what happened earlier with that glucose test. So again, this is the bottle that I took. It's 10 full ounces. It has quite a couple of things in the ingredients. I thought that was important for me to tell you guys. So it has glucose, water, what else? citric acid, and sodium. This does say shake before opening. When she gave it to me, she didn't shake it. So make sure you read it first. But I did shake it. I knew to shake it because I researched it beforehand. This is the orange flavor, like I mentioned. This was like one of the best flavors, but people said other flavors were good too, but I was able to tolerate it. So let me tell y'all how it made me feel. So you only get like 5 minutes to do it, first of all. So the pressure is on. And it's not like you in an isolated room. Like, we were still checking in while this was still going down. You know what I'm saying? So, oh gosh, stuff flying around. Child. But yeah, anyway, she's asking me questions. And I'm like, well, if I'm supposed to be drinking this thing, how am I supposed to be drinking it and answering these questions? You trying to disqualify me beforehand. So my husband started answering the questions that whatever she needed from me or whatever. And the first sip tastes like, I would say like more of like on a jellier side. Like, I don't know, it's really hard to describe, but it just coated my tongue like if it was like gelatin. That's the best way I can describe it, right? And it was really sweet. But right now I am like almost 22 weeks. Well, actually almost 23 weeks now. So I could tolerate sugar a little bit more, but I think if I would have taken this test earlier on in the pregnancy, ain't no way. Ain't no way that was going to be staying down because it is really sweet. It wasn't beyond belief, but it was really sweet. The second sip that I took still tastes really nasty, but it started to wear down on me, okay? And it tastes to me like more like an orange icicle pop than anything. It's a very distinctive taste. It's really hard to tell. There's a little bit left in here. You can't really tell. I mean, it really looks like water, but it's like if you've ever had like an electrolytes drink, you know how it gets a little thick after a while, it sits there? That's exactly what it tastes like. Like something like that of that substance. Although it's clear, it's flavor. So anyway, I was able to get to half the bottle and I was like, oh, that wasn't so bad. So I just took one for the team and was like, all right, done. So I finished the time, right? Like before the 5 minutes. So what happened next was they sent me into a room in a recliner, right? So I'm just sitting there. The baby starts jumping from side to side. He like, ooh, 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 ooh. From left to right. And I'm like, oh my goodness, this baby is so active now. Probably because it was so much sugar. Oh my gosh. So I did not experience what a lot of women report. Like, I didn't get a headache. I didn't feel nauseous. I didn't feel like extra full. I didn't feel any symptoms, to be honest with you. I felt pretty good. And this is what I think contributed to my experience. First of all, I told you guys I didn't like eat or drink anything from like 10, 11 o'clock the night before. I'm thirsty as hell in the morning time. So this time I only drank like maybe an inch of water when we were in the car, right? This place is only like, I don't know, 5 minutes away from the house. So when we got there, I'm like, I'm thirsty as hell. So when she gave it to me, I was thirsty. You know what I mean? I didn't have nothing on my stomach. So I don't know if that's contributing to a lot of people's experiences. Some people was telling me like when I was in there was like, oh, I had a really bad pregnancy. So anything I put down was like coming back up. I've had a very pleasant experience being pregnant. Like, of course, it's uncomfortable sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, if I had to scale it from 1 to 10, and I am like a big stiffler for pain and discomfort, okay? I don't like to be in them situations, okay? So if I had to rate this pregnancy, my only pregnancy, I would say that I would give it like a 9. It would be a 10 if I didn't experience discomfort sometimes, but yeah, it's pretty high in the charts. It's been, but you know, that's just me. But anyway, after that, I sat there for an hour. They said, if you're going to feel anything, it's most likely going to be within this hour. And they kept watching me. I was like, can I even use the bathroom? She was like, yeah, but come back out. You know what I mean? And if you're feeling nauseous or anything, just let us know. You know, they want you to let them know because they're going to give you that test over again. You cannot throw anything up. And even when I went to the bathroom, I felt like the nurses were still like lingering around to make sure they didn't hear anything. I was like, y'all wilding out up in here. But I get it. It's a part of the process. So after the hour was up, I was called back into the room. They drew my blood, and then those blood results take a couple of days, and they are sent to your gynecologist. Some people have portals online and they get their information offline. Some gynecologists may call you. I don't know what the procedure is for you, but we have a portal. They'll let me know when there's new information in the portal. I'll go look at it and I can see my results. That's how that works. If you pass, you pass. If you fail, they'll ask you to come in and redo the test. If I had to redo the test, it wouldn't matter to me. Because like I said, it wasn't that bad. But it is inconvenient if you got to go to work. So, I mean, make it make sense. Or it could be not ideal if you didn't have a good experience. So, like, to me, I don't know. You know, because I know I've been, like, kind of drinking some sweet stuff. So, I'm, like, kind of like, I don't know. But the overall experience was, like, a 10 out of 10. To me, like, I was able to tolerate it. I was very happy because I was like dreading going to this place. Y'all don't understand. And they wanted me to take this test twice anyway because I'm like high risk. But I was just dreading so much to go. But you have to go. You have to go. So hopefully this is the only one that I can take or need to take or whatever. And then that's going to be that. Hi guys, I'm back. You wouldn't believe what happened to me. Oh my gosh. All right, so last time we had spoke, this is a new day, by the way. Last time we had spoke, I took that gestational test. It was like more like a screening, I guess. And they screen you to see if you have diabetes, you or your baby, right? Like, I'm not a doctor, so don't come for me in the comments if I'm not saying it right. This is our first baby too, so let's get that together and right, okay? So basically, they screen you for that, right? And where I go, they want you to be under 140. It's pretty universal, but it's either a pass or fail situation. You know what I'm saying? So I scored 165, which was too high. So what happens, which I didn't know, and this is partially my fault. I'm gonna be honest with y'all because see, nobody told me about this, okay? I have a lot of friends that has been pregnant before that has not given me the tea, okay? So, and my mother, I don't think she had to take this test back in the day in the 80s. So, pretty much, if you don't pass that first test, what's gonna happen is you're gonna have to take a second test. The first test was an hour, right? And how that all worked was, I kind of like told you before, but I'll reiterate it very high level. You go in, you drink this sugary drink that they give you, okay? It's basically glucose, right? And then you wait about an hour and they draw your blood. They let you go home. You don't know what's going down until like, I'd say 24 to 48 hours. At my hospital, we have a portal so I can see all my results. They'll email me and they'll say, hey, your results are in. And then my doctor will either call me or she will write something in the portal. She decided to call me just to tell me that I did not pass. And that's why I'm here today. I had to go in and do a checkup for the baby. I'm 23 weeks, y'all. Yeah. And that I need to schedule. This time I have to schedule. First time I didn't have to schedule that exam. This time I have to schedule that exam. And they want you to do it very quickly, right? Because I'm still, again, really early. Most people take screening, I'd say between 25 to 28 weeks, give or take. I'm 23, so I'm just ahead of the curve. You know, I don't mind that. God forbid something happens and say it comes back positive, which I'm not trying to put out there, but I'm just trying to give you guys more information. That would need to be taken care of by our providers. From what I was told, very high level, it can be managed by a diet, but if you're not pumping enough insulin, then you know that's going to have to be managed a different way. I guess that's like the worst case scenario. I don't know. I'm not trying to be like that, but here's where I messed up. Okay. I messed up because the night before, the baby was craving Rita's, which is a place that sells custard and Italian ices, and it had a large custard ice cream bowl or whatever, custard bowl or whatever, with sprinkles. And I tore that thing up, because this whole pregnancy I couldn't eat no sweets really. But like this past 2 weeks, I've been eating like little chocolates, nothing crazy. Like, it's Valentine's Day, so they got the little like mini Hershey Kisses, or the mini Reese Pieces, or Reese Cups. Like, I've been eating like just the cups though, like mostly. I was having like 3 of those a day, but they were the mini ones. So I was quite surprised, and I probably shouldn't have been surprised that I failed, but I was like, maybe I'll pass because I've been so good all this time. No, if you're gonna take that test, whether it's the first time, second time, third time, whatever it is, you better chill out on those sweets, child. I'm just giving you the tea. You do what you want to do, but it's something called self-control, because this is not fun. Now, because I failed, I gotta go back. I had to schedule an appointment this time, right? So our appointment is next Saturday, which I will update y'all, because I was trying to like wait for the vlog. I was gonna take it and then give y'all an update, but I'm gonna have to give y'all a separate update because I kind of want to get this out there just for ladies that are pregnant. I have to go in. She said they're gonna draw your blood as soon as you go in. First time they didn't do that. Remember that I just had to drink the drink. Then after an hour, I had to have the blood drawn. No. This time, they want you to get your blood drawn. They prefer you to go in the morning. Also, before you even get there, you have to fast from midnight up until your appointment time. You can only have water, sips of water on top of that, okay? So, and I'm not really a late night eater. I'm just gonna force myself to go to sleep. That's the goal, right? Get the blood drawn as soon as I get there. Then I have to take the drink. They said the drink size is still about the same size, which is about 10 full ounces, give or take. But they said that it's sweeter than the first time. The first time was manageable. I was like lit about it. I was like, oh, this is nothing. Yeah, this time I don't know, okay? I haven't seen it or anything, but I did have the orange one last time. I'm gonna try to get the orange one again. Try to be extra nice to the staff up front and be like, please, give me the best flavor. I heard orange was good and fruit punch. That's the only two I could vouch for, child. I even seen a vlog with a young lady that said the orange one was really good too. So I agree, orange one was tolerable. So anyway, they draw your blood as soon as you go in. You drink the drink right away. That's all what I was told. I haven't done this yet. And then you have to wait there for 3 hours. And every hour on the hour, they will draw your blood. Is the results instant? I don't know. I really don't know. But either way, whether it's instant or not, you're going to get your results, I'd say probably within the same time frame as before, like 24 to 48 hours. You want to make sure you pass that test. So my goal right now is to not have any sweets for the next 2 weeks. How that's going to work, I don't know. But I'm going to try my best, because I need to get whatever sugary stuff in my system out my system. And I done relapsed yesterday because I had an ice cream sandwich. I just couldn't take it. Because I didn't know I failed until yesterday, and then I was just like, well, I kind of had the ice cream sandwich already. I already had it, like, it's kind of too late. So yeah, I won't be eating any more sweets unless it's like super like low on sugar or something like that, you know what I mean? But no cakes, no ice creams, no custard, none of that. But I just really wanted to let y'all know what was going on, because I don't want y'all to have to go through this. This is not fun. Okay, like I've been doing good this whole entire time, child. Like every appointment's been so freaking good. I've been A1, okay? If you know what A1 is, you know. I've been A1 this whole time. So don't mess yourself up by eating these sweets. Most people can't handle sweets in their first trimester anyway. Second trimester, things change. So, and my weight went up too. When I first got pregnant, I was 170. I am now 182, right? 182, 183. 82. Yeah, 182. Let's not add an extra pound. 182. So I gained 12 pounds already. Goddamn. But I think it's all baby. Like you can kind of see my baby bump a little bit. You can see it more when I stand up, but child, I ain't got time. I'm trying to be like looking good during this pregnancy, okay? But I will say this, we are more than halfway there, okay? I'm entering my third trimester in a couple of weeks. So I'm excited about that. And oh, be careful. And that's that. It's the worst snowstorm of all time today. Today is the 13th, the day before Valentine's Day. So I don't know where you're living, but it is really bad out here. I will flip my screen in a second. And just drive safe. I'm going to try to upload this vlog today and edit it, but I just wanted to let you guys know that what was going on. I will check in with you guys in a minute when I get home, just to end the vlog, and if I think of anything else I might want to tell you guys, I'll tell you then. But yeah, actually I do want to talk to you guys about the level 2 sonogram that I had. It was like the anatomy sonogram, where they really just look at all the baby's limbs and all that stuff. Like, it's a whole big thing, but I do want to touch on that a little bit, just to give you a little bit more insight. I wish I had somebody like me before I got pregnant to have watched the vlogs. You know what I'm saying? Or let's go through the journey together. But yeah, I'm gonna hook y'all up as soon as I get back to the crib. So I'll talk to y'all in a second. All right, I'm back. All right, so yeah, I was on the other line with my mom, telling her what was going down, like, and my dad, and they were like so encouraging about everything. And I was just like, I don't know, like, it's a little annoying because I kind of blame myself, right? Because I should have knew better than to be eating them sweets like that, knowing that that test is going to be coming up. But I was like, all right, how long is it going to take for this custard? Because custard, I thought, was a little bit more healthier than ice cream, but maybe it's not. I don't know. But it could have been a combination of things. And I don't know how long it takes for sugar to get out your system, but I can tell you one thing, it ain't 24 hours. So I got to be on the ups. Like, I am not playing with this whole situation, because, you know, like, when it's just you, then it's really your choice. But when you are carrying a baby, like, you really got to be, like, on top of your game in every capacity, without a doubt. So I am going to do my absolute best in having self-control when it comes down to any type of sweet, like, at all. And I am so weak for sweets. I mean, everybody got their own thing, but like, sweets to me is on the ups. You know what I mean? Like, I love me some sweets. But so I was so surprised when I wasn't eating them in my first trimester. I have no idea. But whatever. When you know better, you do better, right? So that's the positive energy I'm going to give out to y'all today. Okay. I do want to talk about that level 2 sonogram that I had took. It was quite interesting to, like, really have the, I guess, I don't even know what to call her, but the tech, I'll just say the tech, right? Really do like a deep dive with, like, checking the nose, checking the cuff of the neck, making sure that all the limbs was there. They checked on the heart. They checked on the head size. They checked the position of the baby. Right now, I am at that time, because this had to been a few weeks ago, and I wanted to update y'all, but I didn't get a chance. At the time, I was breached. Breach means, like, the baby is the opposite way of the way it's supposed to come out, right? So, like, technically the head is supposed to be facing down to have a vaginal birth, right? But right now his feet is facing down, his head is up. At that time, she said, you know, it's super early, they roll around all over the place. She said, but, you know, when they start to get closer to my birth date, they'll be doing at least 2 more tests to make sure that, you know, he's in the right position. And then we could talk about it later on. And, like, when I get into, like, my 30th weeks and things like that, that's really when you want to make sure that the baby is positioned the way they're supposed to be positioned. And from what I read online, like, there's just certain ways you can sit. Like, don't sit with your legs crossed, you know what I mean? Have your feet elevated, you know what I mean? Don't be doing no crazy twists and turns and all that stuff, you know what I mean? Like, you just want to make sure that you're on the ups. Just do as much research as you can. I mean, it's about so much you can ask the doctor, right? Like, I always say, just go prepared. If you do have a ton of questions, have a list. Like, I normally don't take notes. My husband is like my right-hand man, right? Because they're talking a mile a minute. So we got to work as a team. And we do a lot of escape rooms together. So he's taking the notes and I'm doing the listening. And then when we regroup at the end, we put all information together. But he's putting in the calendar, my next appointments, any previous questions that we had from our last appointments, they're all written down and organized before we get there. And we ask those questions approaching towards the end of that particular appointment, right? So like we're extremely organized when it comes down to that, so that's why I'm like, I want to make sure that I'm on top of my health and things of that nature. So I know sometimes it's hard for your husbands or your significant others to go with you to these appointments. I've been blessed to have him come with me every appointment, but that's because his job is very remote, like, you know what I mean? And my job is very remote, like, as well. So it kind of works for us and we work around that schedule. But if not, just try to find a creative way to take notes down, maybe have your doctor slow down a little bit and kind of like reiterate what they just said, or if you didn't understand something, make sure you're able to communicate with them through like some type of portal, or just maybe give them a call a little later on just to check in to see exactly what certain terms mean, because they will spit out all kind of terms and you be sitting there like, what? What are we doing right now? Because I'm not catching up right now. You know what I mean? So yeah. So that's my tips. But in terms of the level 2 sonogram, back to that, it was probably it was the longest sonogram I've ever had. I want to say it was a good 20 minutes, give or take, door to door, while sitting there before the sonogram, maybe a good 30 minutes. But the tech was super nice. She was kind of going really fast. So it's not one of those appointments where you're like actually seeing the baby, like as if you were to go to like an imaging center where, they'll take the time and they'll be like, oh, this is the baby. And you're there for like an hour. No, it wasn't that type of appointment. They were just in there to write down everything that was going on with the baby and the anatomy of the baby and all of that good stuff. After that's over though, they won't really talk to you about results. Like that's not what they do. That's not the tech's job. You do have to speak to usually someone else after that. And they will give you the rundown of what they found. So everything looked really good on our end. Baby looked very good. He's in healthy condition. We're so excited. He's getting stronger every day. I'm getting bigger every day. You want to see my baby bump? You want to see? Hold on. This is what it looks like with a shirt. Okay. Now, right now I have on like this panty, but it's specifically for pregnant women. So, I mean, it literally goes all the way up here. If you need a link to this, let me know. It's so comfortable. It stretches so much. I have this in beige and black. And you can even see the lines where it literally stretches. So you got some support here where it'll hold you in just to give you that perfect round effect. I don't want to pull it down too much so you see my goodies, but yeah, this is how baby looks. He's getting huge. Super, super big. So we are so excited. Gosh. It's not a lot. Like, I know, like, you probably are nervous if you're over, like, because I'm over 40, right? I told you guys I'm 43. Don't be nervous. Like, I told you guys, like, it's a blessing for you to have a baby at whatever age. But, like, if you're lucky enough to be able to get pregnant after 40, it's even a bigger blessing. If you're not sure, you can always go to your gyno when you get your annual and have her do an extra test to check on your eggs. I thought I needed to go to a fertility doctor. Maybe in certain cases you may have to, only because certain gynos, they don't do certain things. Like I heard like this girl say that her gyno didn't test for thyroid stuff. So I guess she had to be outsourced for that. So I guess they don't do certain things, certain places. You know what I mean? I was really surprised to hear that. All my doctors have checked for that when it came down to my gynos. The gynecologist, right? So I was happy about that. But yeah, that test, checking with your eggs, should be something that they offer. If they don't, then they'll just, again, outsource you somewhere else. They'll give you a script or whatever like that. So yeah, try to check on that and see. I was told that I had really a high level egg count. They were even willing to check my husband's sperm count at the time. That was going to be outsourced, and that was like a whole different type of scenario where he would have had to go to like this center. I think some type of tape was involved, and then an explosion was going to happen, and you know what I'm saying, in that area, so they could collect their samples. And then they would determine how many sperms he had available. I don't know. I don't get involved. But we didn't do none of that. We wound up getting like a home test off Amazon, and it told us, and he was fine. So it took us a while to get pregnant. I want to say years. It literally took us years. We weren't trying, but we weren't not trying. But it wasn't until I took this particular vitamin. I discussed this in my previous vlog. I will show you the vitamin now, just in case you missed it. So let me just go and get it, and I'll be right back. I'm back. All right, so I got the vitamins. Can you see that? This Zoom is not my friend, I swear. Okay. Vitafusion, the woman's multivitamin. This one here has 150 gummies. They're not that big. I'll show it to you. They're really small. I don't take them anymore because I have my prenatals that I'm taking. But, boop, take it in there. I want to say you have to take 2 a day. Definitely read the back. It's been a while. But it's either 1 or 2 a day. But they taste so good. They're not super sweet. They give you a lot of energy, boost your metabolism. And for me, it got us pregnant. So I am convinced that because that was literally the only thing I changed in my diet. And in 30 days, we saw a difference. And I told my girlfriend about that same one. And she said, oh my gosh, I was taking those same gummies and I got pregnant too. I think one night I was up late at night, and I Googled like good vitamins to help with like pregnancy production. I guess. And that came up in the search, and I said, oh, let me just see if they have it on Amazon. But I can't remember if I was reading in like the comment area whether people were getting pregnant off of it or not, or if it enhanced their fertility, options or whatever. I can't remember at the time, but I was like, well, I'm just gonna give it a try because I need another multivitamin anyway. So if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I didn't think about it. And next thing I know, I missed my cycle, which I'm very, very on top of. And I'm like, that's bizarre. So I said, I didn't want to get my hopes up all high because I've definitely got my hopes high in the past. And it wasn't the case, And I said, you know what, let me just give it a week. And I wound up taking it in October, like a day or 2 before my husband's birthday. And my birthday was the following week. And we test positive. And I was like, oh my gosh. What a blessing. It was so unexpected. It was everything that I wanted it to be because it was organic. I did not want to have any shots. No shade against ladies that want to do the whole shot thing. That's on you. You know what I mean? But for us, we didn't want to do that. We really wanted it to happen organically. I'm very firm on if it's meant to be, it will be. You know what I'm saying? My faith is very strong when it comes down to that. And I told you guys before, I prayed to God, like, God, please. This is before I took the test. I was like, please allow us to be parents. I promise you, I'll be the best mom ever. And I remember I would literally sleep on the couch, like napping, and I would hold my stomach. My husband would put his hand on my stomach. We'd pray. And that week came up and we took the test and it was positive. Girl, life-changing. This, my friend, is a life-changing event. So just pray every day. Try these gummies. Drink lots of water. Take it easy. Only hang out with positive people. You know what I'm saying? Or surround yourself with positive things. And it will happen. You just have to have a clear mind. Trust me, when it's your time, it will happen. We've been together for almost like 8 years. 8 years. We've been married for 6 years now. So clearly it took some time. Okay, so never give up. I don't care what age you are, never give up. It can happen for you. I just want to just encourage you guys, and I'm dead serious about that. Like, don't let nobody tell you anything different, and don't rush it. Whenever you're ready is whenever you're ready. And that's all I have to say. Thank you guys for watching this vlog. I appreciate you taking your time. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.